Ever wish you could trade big without risking your own cash? That's exactly what a funded trading account does. You prove your skills, the firm gives you capital, and you keep a share of the profits. No loans, no credit cards, just performance. Let's break down how it really works. First off, a funded trading account, also called a prop firm account, is where a company gives you their money to trade instead of you putting up your own money. That means that you're not risking your personal savings, but you are trading under their rules. If you generate profits, you get to keep a large percentage of it, usually between 70 and 90%, while the firm takes the rest. It sounds simple, I know, but it's not a free for all. There's a process, a very specific one, and it starts with what's known as the evaluation phase. Think of the evaluation like a tryout. You're using a simulated account, but you have to hit specific profit targets while strictly following their risk rules. We're talking drawdown limits, both the daily and the overall drawdown limits, so you can't just trade recklessly. This is where you prove that you've got the discipline and a strategy that works. It's designed to filter out the gamblers from the actual traders. And this is crucial. Each firm has different rules. Some are very strict with their drawdown calculations. Others, like Take Profit Trader, for example, use an end of day drawdown for most of their accounts, which means that you're not getting stopped out by intraday volatility. That can be a major advantage too. But how does a funded trading account work? Well, once you pass the evaluation, that's where things get real. You get access to a live funded account. The firm's capital is now in your hands to do with it. Your job is just to trade it following their rulebook, which you already know inside and out from the evaluation phase, and then make profit with it. Yeah, the best part of the funded trading accounts is the profit split, right? So you're not working for a salary here. You make money when you make money for the firm. You make a pretty high percentage most of the time. Standard splits are usually between 70 to 90% in your favor. So if you make, say, $10,000 in profit, you walk away with $7,000 to $9,000. And you can often request payouts pretty frequently, sometimes even daily, maybe usually weekly or bi-weekly. But, and this is a big but, you absolutely must keep following the rules. Violate the risk parameters like blowing through your max drawdown, and your account can be terminated. It's that simple. This is not your personal trading wallet. It's a professional arrangement, and you have to be very careful about it. So the benefits are pretty clear. Access to serious capital, no risk to your personal savings, and a clear profit-sharing model. It lets you focus purely on trading well. So that's the foundation of how funded trading accounts work. Now, before I even consider getting a funded trading account from any individual prop firm, like if I'm getting a new account somewhere, I actually just do what I always do with any prop trading firm, and that is to dive deep into the user reviews before I download anything, right? And that's not just the glowing 5-star testimonials that say great things about it, but the 1-star warnings and the complaints. Yeah, you have to listen to both sides to get the real picture of a platform. And while I was digging through reviews for Take Profit Trader, and like with any service, for example, I find a few complaints there. One that stuck out to me for this one was from a trader who was frustrated with the trailing drawdown on their Live Pro account. And they were questioning why it switched from an end of day calculation after the evaluation. And look, that's a valid point to raise for this kind of thing. A trailing drawdown that updates in real time is objectively stricter than an EOD calculation. It's the kind of detail that you have to be aware of before you choose a firm and a specific account type. But here's the critical context that I found. That particular rule does apply to a specific higher tier account option, their largest pro account. Their standard funded accounts and most other pro accounts continue to use that end of day drawdown, which is a huge reason that many traders prefer them over competitors. This wasn't a hidden bait and switch. It was a specific condition for a specific larger product with more money on the line. And crucially, this was also a rare complaint because when you look at all of the reviews at once, you can see that the overwhelming majority of reviews can tell a completely different story. Like here, one user wrote that the best feature is getting payouts from day one without the silly rules and minimum trading days that some other firms are known for. He said that he's been paid out multiple times within the same week and called their support world class. Another reviewer simply stated, fast payout, fast response from support, no BS. Cool. I mean, yeah, that consistency and praise around payouts and support is something that you just don't see with many other firms. And it shows that they've built a system that actually works for the trader, not just for the firm. So after seeing those reviews, I had to look at the features myself, right? What makes this platform tick, and how does it really compare to other big names like TopStep or Funder Pro, and what tools does it have? How does it work? All right, so let's start with the profit split, which is part of the rules, right? Take Profit Trader offers up to a 90% split right from the start on some of their plans. That's really aggressive. Many competitors start you lower and force you to scale up to those numbers over time. This puts more money in your pocket faster when it's just 90% upfront, right? Then there's the payout system. This is where Take Profit Trader actually stands out from others. They allow payouts from day one and multiple within the same week if you want, whereas others kind of limit that somewhat. So having that flexibility at Take Profit Trader meant that I didn't feel like my profits were being held hostage. I could withdraw on my own terms. But here's a feature I also really liked, and that's their rewards system. It's not just about passing one challenge, right? As you hit certain profit milestones, you can also earn other things like free account resets or even upgrades to larger accounts. It creates a path for growth that rewards consistent performance. And speaking of account resets, they have a very reasonable policy. If you break a rule and blow an account, you can reset it for a fee, but it's often discounted from the original challenge price. It's not a full-on cost, a penalty like some other firms. Then there's the Pro Plus account benefits. So this is their higher tier option with even more flexibility, like the relaxed rules and additional perks. It's different than some of the others. It's designed for serious traders who've proven that they can handle larger capital responsibly. Compared to like Top Step's higher fees and strict trading day requirements, and Funder Pro's tighter rules, Take Profit Trader feels, I think, much more approachable. I wouldn't say it's perfect for everyone, but for traders who want clear rules and fast payouts, it's tough to beat. Now, if I had to point out like a downside, for example, if I were to look, I mean, it would be this: the evaluation phase is a real filter. Like it's designed to really keep people out who are not meant to be trading. Like for traders who struggle with discipline, who can't stick to a plan, who revenge trade, or who ignore risk management, passing that evaluation is going to be incredibly difficult. I wouldn't say this is a downside of Take Profit Trader specifically. It's that of the entire funded account model, I think. The system is brutally efficient at weeding out inconsistency and people who would end up losing money. But for those who are prepared and disciplined and can trade consistently, it's the fairest gatekeeper there is. And when it comes to cost, Take Profit Trader is generally more affordable than some of the big names like TopStep, especially when you consider you're not paying recurring monthly fees just to stay active. Their pricing is tiered based on the account size that you want to qualify for. So if you want to actually check those out, just make sure to look at the links in the description below for their current pricing and any active promotions or discounts they're running. We try to keep that link updated for you. So if you're still asking yourself, how do funded accounts work in trading? And is it worth the price? And how does this all work? Well, the answer is if you're disciplined and consistent, the value really far outweighs the cost and you can make some serious profit. So just check the link in the description of this video to get started with our special discount and coupon.